We are back. In the last videos, we have spoken about development of temporomandibular joint, anatomy, biomechanics of temporomandibular joint, and the muscles of mastication. All right. Since we have spoken about normal anatomy of the temporomandibular joint, let's talk about the disorders now. So, starting with the definition and theories or temporomandibular disorders is a collective term which is used to describe many disorders which are related to temporomandibular joint, masticatory muscles, and its associated structures. Okay, and the common symptoms that we see are pain and limited mouth opening. So, according to the American Academy of Orofacial Pain, temporomandibular disorders are defined as a collective term embracing a number of clinical problems that involve masticatory muscles, temporomandibular joint, and associated structures, or both. Talk about the theories of etiology of TMD. So there were many theories which were given, okay, describing the causes of these disorders. All right, so let's first understand how many theories are there. So there are five theories. There is a mechanical displacement theory, there is a trauma theory, there is a biomedical theory, there is osteoarthritic theory, and there is muscle theories. This theories helps us understand the etiologic factor which has caused TMD, okay, temporomandibular disorder, which will help us find the cause in the patient and then treat the patient accordingly. So let's begin with the first theory, which is known as mechanical displacement theory. It was proposed by Costin, okay, and he says that because there is absence of a molar support, the powerful elevating muscles of mandible presses the condyles upward and backward, causing damage to nerves and vessels, including chorda tympani. So we all know molars are the first tooth to be a permanent tooth which are erupted in the oral cavity. Okay, due to lack of oral hygiene, caries, etc., many of the patient lose the molars at the early age. So this lack of molar support, when they are not replaced, okay, what happens is they cause overclosure of the mandible. Because of this, the eccentric position of temporomandibular joint basically changes, impinging auriculotemporal nerve, and it also adversely affects muscle activity, resulting in pain. So now talking about a trauma theory which was given by Zerman Speck, what he says is there could be a micro or macro trauma, okay, which we'll be talking briefly in the later slides, okay. So this trauma becomes the principal factor, the main cause which initiates this pathologic process and dysfunction in various parts. Okay, it could be in muscles, it could be in the temporomandibular joint itself, okay, or it can cause malocclusions, okay, leading to symptoms of temporomandibular disorders. Red gave a biomedical theory which not only supported the role of trauma in TMDs, but it said the condition will either resolve or in presence of certain factors like malocclusion, presence of parafunctional habits or occupational activities will further progress. Okay, then let's talk about an osteoarthritic theory which was given by Stigna. Okay, so here basically causative factor is nothing but an osteoarthritis. Okay, so there are muscular symptoms which are seen. Internal derangement is secondary to joint pathology. Okay, now let's talk about the muscle theory which was given by Trailer and Rinsler. So they said that the primary etiologic factor are the masticatory muscles themselves. Okay, so it could be because of chronic myospasm which is secondary to parafunctional habits that causes myalgia. Alright, and then it results in temporomandibular joint disorders. The neuromuscular theory given by Ramsford states that occlusal interference is the main causative factor of TMDs because they give altered feedbacks leading to incoordination and spasm of some masticatory muscles. The psychophysiological theory which was given by Schwartz and Laskin, which says occlusal disturbance initiate this disorder and the progress depends on the individual's ability to cope up with the stress. About psychological theory, the emotional disturbance induces muscle hyperactivity, okay, which can lead to parafunctional habits. indirectly causing occlusal abnormalities, okay, and which can lead to temporomandibular joint disorders. So the multifactorial concept. So basically temporomandibular joint disorders doesn't have one factor, but it is because the disorders are because of multiple factors. It could be due to malocclusion, psychological factors, trauma, parafunctional habits, and one affects the other. All right. About the development of functional disturbances in the masticatory system. It's a multitude of conditions that affect masticatory function. Okay, parafunctional habits can affect, or even a small trauma can affect the masticatory system. Okay, so normal function plus event will cause physiologic tolerance. Okay, and when the physiologic tolerance breaks, it results in temporomandibular disorders and the symptoms are shown. So normal functions are basically complex neuromuscular control system. The brain cells, specifically the central pattern generator, regulates muscle action by way of muscle engrams. When sudden unexpected sensory input is received, protective mechanism is activated, okay, which results in muscle spasm. Okay, during the normal function, if there is any negative feedback that is received, like there is a small trauma, it could be a local or systemic event. Local, it could be because of improperly occluding crown, or it could be secondary to trauma involving local tissues, okay, like because of arising from opening of mouth too wide, okay, or bruxism. All right, or it could be an idiopathic pain. All right, systemic factors like the entire body or CNS may be involved, okay, or there is any systemic alterations that are seen, like increasing emotional stress. Okay, this also can cause the disturbance in masticatory system, again resulting in TMDs. Okay, the physiologic tolerance. All individuals do not respond to the same manner in the same event. Okay, the event has occurred for how long, okay, for time duration, what was the severity, okay, and how it is perceived as unpleasant, okay, describes the physiologic tolerance, which is also influenced again by local and systemic factors. Now, which are the local factors which describe this physiologic tolerance? The first is orthopedic instability. Okay, that could be related to the occlusion, all right, the joints or both, or it could be due to genetics, development, or any unknown causes, or there could be alteration in anatomy, okay, such as disc displacement is happening, okay, or the patient has started getting arthritic condition, okay. So all this will again be the local factors. The systemic factors are influenced by your diet, gender, genetics, presence of acute or chronic diseases, and effectiveness of pain modulation system. Thank you. Stay tuned for the further videos. Please like, share, and subscribe.